In this short video, I'm going to reveal to you a proven, repeatable system that will help you sell your home for up to 18% more than market standards. My staff and I have been trained as expert advisors. There's a difference between what the traditional real estate agent in Charleston can do and what we've been trained on how to do to get your house sold for more money in a shorter amount of time with more market exposure than most of these real estate companies could even imagine. Let's take a minute and let's look at some shocking real estate statistics that are based right here in Charleston. Did you know that last year, 58.4% of the homes failed to sell? That's not to say that they weren't put on the market correctly or anything else that didn't happen. I'm saying that 58% of the homes that were put on the market for sale didn't sell at all. They showed maybe they were just overpriced, but this statistic it's horrible. We're in a market where there's so many people who want or need to sell, but because of the actions of other agents, they're just not able to do so. What that really means is that more than every other home in Charleston that was put on the market by a real estate professional or a for sale by owner didn't sell. According to the National Association of Realtors, the average agent in Charleston only sells 4 houses a year. That's 1 a quarter. Well, in our case, it's a whole lot more than that. In fact, I've participated in over 1,000 real estate transactions here since 2002. That's a whole lot more than 4 a year. Did you know it takes between 90 and 500 hours of education for the average real estate agent to sell a home? It takes 600 hours worth of training and education for the lady or the gentleman that does your nails at the nail salon. It takes 1,500 hours for the lady that cuts your hair. She can't touch you without 1,500 hours of education. So really, the average agent who has 90 hours of education, they're the ones that you want negotiating the most expensive thing that you own. Did you know that the average agent in Charleston spends less than 10% of their income marketing your property? At Henderson and Associates, we probably spend 90% of our income on what we do. No, that's a joke. On market averages, that means the average agent spends $170.69 to market your property. That's why when you see our custom levels of service, you will find out we don't want to sell your home like a traditional agent. It's not in your best interest. Honestly, if you needed surgery, would you allow a doctor who only had 50 hours of training and was only successful 1 in 8 times to even come into the room to talk to you? You should treat your home sale the exact same way. It is the most expensive thing that you will ever sell. You need to put it in the hands of a trusted advisor. The 7 laws that must be followed to sell your home effectively. Do you know there's over 115 variables in those 7 laws that just affect the price of your home? We want to be able to sell your home for up to 18% more money. Law number 1, the law of expertise. Today's real estate agents in this market must be a trained advisor. In today's challenging real estate market, again, 50% of the homes fail to even sell. So how do we leverage your property to beat the odds so that you're not one of that 50% that doesn't sell? We want to be 100% certain that your home sells. The number 1 reason, the agent themselves fails to ask you those hard questions. When you meet with a doctor, the doctor's going to get a history on you, know what you need, know what your concerns are. We treat your home selling process the exact same way. We may ask questions that are uncomfortable. Trust me, those questions are for your benefit. We need to know what is going on in the lives of our clients that are going to affect the sale of this home. If we fail to ask those hard questions, it will honestly result in a failed marketing strategy. We spend a good bit of time putting those strategies together because they are individual for each home. We understand that every client's needs are different. What we give you with our white glove service is that hands-on relationship that will take care of those unknown issues. Most importantly, when we ask the right questions up front, we don't waste your time. We understand whether you need to have your house sold so that you can move on to the next chapter of your life or close out a chapter that may be painful. Time is very important. Our clients must have a clear understanding of current market conditions and what we need to do together to position their home to make sure that we're 100% sure that your home will be one of the ones that sells. Once we've completed your interview process, we'll know what your goals are and know what your next steps need to be. Just by doing this simple interview process, where we ask those hard questions, can save you between 3 and 5% of the equity in your home. We all know the real estate market has been challenging. Wouldn't it be nice to know that we can at least clear you 3 to 5% more than the average agent? That's just to begin with. Let's go on to law number 2. Law number 2, the law of differentiation. The differentiation strategy drives up the perceived value, ultimately attracting higher offers. For decades now, average agents use the same strategy. They put that sign in the yard, they put your home in the MLS, and they hope and pray that somebody else has a buyer. To increase the perceived value, we want to make it stand out from the competition. We want to do that so well that we always attract the highest priced offers. This is a 4-part process. We have the ability to have a staging expert come into your home and do a consultation with you on staging your home. Did you know that the average home sells 37 days faster if it's staged? The truth of the matter, a staged, well-kept home will sell 37 days faster, and for normally somewhere around 7.5% more money. Start doing the math. A great first impression through proper staging is the first step in this differentiation process. Secondly, there's something called a quality of life upgrade analysis. This may also help position your home to higher perceived value than other homes in the neighborhood. We look for ways within your personal budget to make improvements to your home to make it stand out more than the average home for sale, to make your home the most attractive that it can be within a budget. The third step in this process is something that most agents in Charleston just don't do. We always recommend that we have a professional pre-inspection done to your property. This is a home inspection just like you would have prior to buying a home. We've negotiated rates with our vendors to where we can have a professional home inspector come in and find what's wrong with your house. We always want the buyer to feel comfortable with what they're purchasing. If you had something under your home or that was wrong with your home that you had no idea about, wouldn't you feel more comfortable knowing that that item had been taken care of? Even if your home doesn't sell, we know that we've left your home in better condition than it was when we first got there. Issues found during a home inspection are the number one killer of a real estate transaction. It is critically important that there not be any negative home inspection on a property at the time of sale. It'll also give you a lot more leverage during the negotiation. You already know what's wrong with the house. You're not coming into this blind. Step 4 is the home warranty. American Home Shield has joined together with Carolina One to offer you, as our client, the best home warranty service in North America. As a listing with Carolina One through Henderson and Associates, you have access to full coverage home warranty during the listing period. So let's say we do a home inspection. Let's say we go through this process, and during that process something goes wrong with your property. For a small service fee, the issue gets taken care of because you're under the listing umbrella coverage for American Home Shield through Carolina One. By spending the $600 that it takes to pay for the warranty, we can almost guarantee you 2.2% of your purchase price more in value for the sale of your home. Again, the buyer is comfortable with the process. The buyer sees that a warranty is being offered. There's no smoke and mirrors. The buyer sees that the home has already been pre-inspected, and you have laid those items out for full disclosure. They won't get that from the traditional agent. Law number 3 is the law of exposure. The law of exposure. The exposure of your home to qualified buyers gets you the best possible price for your home. We'll seek to represent the differences in your home. We've already told you that most agents only invest about 10% of their income into the marketing of their properties. Well, average agent invests roughly $170 to sell your $300,000 home. Most agents claim to have marketing websites, promotions, magazines, and all kinds of other things that just don't work. To be effective, they need to have relevant, qualified buyers. Henderson and Associates attracts those buyers through lead generation systems that the average agent does not have access to. We have access to proprietary and proven market research that directs our efforts towards your home to get the highest traffic and to get the most effective results to get your house sold. One of the biggest challenges in today's real estate market is the quality of pictures that are being taken for homes to sell. We offer professional photography for all of our listings. The reason why we offer professional photography is because the average buyer spends 3/4 of their experience online looking at pictures and reading reviews. We want to make sure that your home is one of those that stands out among the others. Truthfully, just the photography by itself can make or break the sale of your home. And the write-ups on your home, every word counts. As experts, we've been trained in the art of copyright. We know how to sell your home. We always focus on the benefits and emotional hot buttons that drive buyers to take action on your home. Law number 4 is the law of cooperation. Did you know, according to the National Association of Realtors, 71% of all homes are sold by cooperating brokers? That's why during our conversations, you're going to hear us say, we're going to list your home and we're going to execute a flawless marketing plan to get your home sold. But the truth is, we probably aren't the ones that are going to actually sell your home. The buyers have access to 4,500 agents in Charleston. Our team is just one little blip on the radar. We already know that the majority of buyers in the Charleston market are already working with other agents. And that makes them a little harder to reach because the agent themselves are the ones that are controlling which homes their buyers see. The average buyer expects their agent to go out and surf through 200 and 300 homes that meet their criteria and limit it down. We want to make sure that the buyer's agents have an incentive to show the property. Now, whether that's through postcards or the fact that we may do a gas card drawing or offer a little more out on the co-op than the average home. At the end of the day, if we can secure a contract and an offer faster and for more money, it's worth it. In this market, you have to spend money to make money. You've spent money on your home to make it the way you want it. We need to be able to spend money on your home to make it attractive to others. The strategies that we use increase the showings both inside and outside of our company. Carolina One Real Estate sells more homes than any other real estate company in Charleston. And finally, but certainly not the least important, is law number 5, the law of buyer acquisitions. At Henderson & Associates at Carolina One, we make sure that our buyer leads are treated with unparalleled urgency. The average buyer spends no more than 2 attempts to contact the listing agent or his or her office before moving on to the next property. With our proprietary lead routing software and the systems that we have in place, one of our team members is always available to answer lead requests. We also have software that allows your home and all of its information to be available online or through a phone call or through text information sent to a smartphone 24 hours a day. That keeps the information for the buyers right at their fingertips. Most of these buyers who are online, on the phone, out driving around are looking at your home. The average agent's response time in Charleston is 16 hours to follow up with an incoming lead. We take pride at Henderson & Associates that our response time is normally just under 4 minutes. We want to make sure that we get a hold of the buyers while they're looking at the properties that we have in our inventory. Thank you for taking the last few minutes of your time. I appreciate the opportunity to sit down with you and explain to you what Henderson Associates can do differently for you and the marketing of your property. Now, if you have any questions, now's the time to start asking those questions. Let's start digging in and see what Henderson and Associates can do to market your property.